I haven't traded today. I've just been tape reading, and part of that being is because we kind of just had a nice expansion at 9:30. I kind of got to the charts a little bit late, like 9:25, and then we just immediately expanded up into smooth edge, smooth edge. Like these are just way too clean overnight. 9:30 Monday with no news. That's when the market can usually expand. This is midnight opening range, and we left relative equal lows below that. That likely could be a draw on liquidity for the rest of the week. So I'll be tape reading this or looking to trade that at some point in the rest of the week. And then we end up just expanding at 9:30, and we don't have a very clear first presented for buy gap, this one or this one, but we just keep on expanding higher. I could have been entering here, but I was just more willing to watch price, and I guess I wasn't really looking to trade. My psychology is a little bit off. Not as confident in myself right now, and yeah, we end up taking last Friday's high here in London, pumping up into that, and then we see a premium market here. And I'm just marking for value gaps, and I'm just watching price. This is the advantage of ES, which I do like, is that here how it's just not clear. We're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can clearly see that on ES, but on NQ, it's a little bit harder to differentiate that, and therefore not get caught up in that. And I was just tape reading a run into these relative equal lows. That's what we did. So today, no trade for me. Although I had like perfect draw on liquidity and just looking for nice bias. Today, I just didn't take a trade. There wasn't a fair value gap that was there for me. I could have been trading this short, but it was like I just want to tape read it. I'm not trying to trade this. I can just watch it, tape read it, and that's what I did. Which I do feel, it's kind of that mental game where you could have been in this, and I could have traded this, and I saw it go to here, and this was a clear draw on liquidity. But why didn't I not trade this? Because I told myself I was going to tape read, and if I tell myself I'm going to tape read, and then I go against that, then I'm just going to blow my account, and I have to be serious about this account because um, there's no other option. Like this is all there is right now, and I can't take this account for granted. And if I tell myself that I'm gonna tape read, and if I'm already feeling psychologically like I maybe missed out on the AM session, I'm not gonna trade it because I'm not in the right frame of mind. And it does not matter what price does because I'm not in the right frame of mind to trade. And I can see what price wants to do, and if I'm not in the right frame of mind, then I should not be trading whatsoever. And now we're gonna draw in lower, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. And we could even draw into these with that 350 market volatility. And I was also looking at this SIBI. I was possibly looking to enter here, but again, I was same thing. I told myself I was going to tape read, so I'm going to tape read, and I'm not going to place this trade. But this ended up being a nice fair value gap entry here, SIBI entry right there, 355. I'll be looking for 5 handles, and then a runner to whatever the next drawn liquidity is. So right here. So that could have been a nice trade, and I just wasn't a part of it, and that's completely okay. And the only way I'll take a trade is if we get like a 350 wick higher, and then possibly something into these lows. But yeah, I'm just tape reading today, unless if we get that 350 market condition, then I'll take it. I'll look to trade. But other than that, I want to be. I have to be disciplined this week. I have to be disciplined, and I feel like I've been finding discipline in areas outside of trading, and I need to continue this through the rest of the week. I can't play around anymore. Like I can't play around, and I can't treat trading like it's just a little side hobby, or it's just a little it's just a video game or something like that. I have to take trading more serious, and that's what I'm focusing on this week. And it does suck that my analysis was again perfect today, but just because your analysis is good, that does not mean you're making money. I know that. I've learned that. I've gone through that. And this is just a market condition that I want to be in, and this will just be a tape reading log for my journal. Is that these are the times when I want to be primed up. We're tight ranges, tight ranges, tight ranges, break out into large ranges. I was actually looking at this SIBI. I wanted to see us trade back up into this, but we didn't. We break lower. We didn't even trade into this fair value gap. This fair value gap, this SIBI. This is the entry because we're breaking lower. Bang, entry right there. And then let's look at NQ using first presented PM session for value gap beautifully, trading lower. First presented lunch for value gap. NQ isn't as animated as ES is. So yeah. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow.